Kyrsten Sinema is leaving the Democratic Party. I'm sure you've seen the news out there. What should you take from this? Nothing. She is in a state that is not blue. People think Arizona's blue because they have a Democrat governor and 2 Democratic senators. It's really, really a weird state, more of a purple state, but it's definitely not a blue state. She knows this. She knows she can't run hard left and actually keep getting reelected there. And I actually ran for office back in Arizona, so I've been familiar with Kyrsten Sinema for a long time. That was back when she was in the state house there. She has a reputation for a lot of things, but one of the things she has a reputation for is being a very crafty politician. She probably was not going to be able to get out of a Democrat primary, so she switched to independent so she can keep being a U.S. senator. That's all there is to it. You know what I do care about? I do care that I don't care about something. Doesn't make sense, but let me explain. After I've been thinking about it, after I've been thinking about the midterm elections, right? Midterm elections just happened. And now we have the official numbers. Now that Walker lost in Florida, we have the 51-49 minority in the Senate. And once that was official, I woke up, and we talked about it on the show that night. I woke up and I thought, I don't care. And to which people will say to me, yeah, Jesse, I know Republicans they kind of suck, but Democrats are worse. I mean, yeah, Democrats are worse, but tell me why I'm supposed to care about Republicans not controlling the Senate. I want someone to explain it to me in detail. Because let me tell you something about Republican senators. Over and over and over again over the last 3, 4, 5 years, they have routinely passed trillion-dollar bill after trillion-dollar bill after trillion-dollar bill, worked hand in hand with Democrats to pass these massive bills. Just recently, as you may remember, Republicans, 15 of them, not 1 or 2, 15, crossed the aisle to go vote with Democrats on a gun control bill. I'm looking right now at Senator Thom Tillis, Republican. He's working hand in hand with Kyrsten Sinema on amnesty, on trying to provide an amnesty bill for millions of people who are not Americans, who don't belong here. Why am I supposed to care? Am I supposed to care that Thom Tillis doesn't have more power in the Senate? Am I supposed to care that Mitch McConnell is not Senate Majority Leader? Mitch McConnell's the one who directed the 15 Republicans to pass a gun control bill. Why am I supposed to care? I know it sucks. I know the Senate sucks. I know Democrat control of the Senate sucks. You're telling me Republican control is better in any kind of a significant way? You really expect me to believe that? I don't believe that at all. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of Republicans being the surrender caucus at all times. I actually saw a story today. It cracked me up out of Politico. Is it time for Tim Scott? I see this from Republicans all the time. Tim Scott, maybe Tim Scott should run for president. Tim Scott should be Trump's VP or DeSantis's VP. Tim Scott. Tim Scott may be a very nice guy. I don't know him personally. I know a few of them. I don't know him. So maybe he is. I don't know. But I do know this about Tim Scott. He's everything we don't need and can't afford right now. That's just the truth. Tim Scott is everything we don't need and can't afford right now. And what am I talking about? Do you remember when St. George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis and Black Lives Matter and Antifa, with media help and Democrat politician help, began to whip up another false narrative like they do every time. They cement a false narrative in there and then they run with it because they're trying to destroy something and they know someone's death is a good opportunity to give them to destroy something. And the narrative was this: cops are the problem in the urban black community. That's what you heard over and over again. America's racist. It's just the cops. If we could just get rid of the cops, which is insane. I mean, you can hate cops all you want, like cops, it doesn't matter to me. Nobody with any familiarity about the urban black community would say the cops are the problem there. It could be drugs. There are a bunch of different things, and it definitely ain't the cops. And in response to this false narrative being built, Tim Scott did what? Did he counter the narrative? Did he step up and boldly say, this is wrong? This is wrong. This is the truth. Nope. Tim Scott said, well, I'm working with Cory Booker on federal police reform. Tim Scott might be the nicest guy in the world, but Tim Scott while America was being lit on fire, grabbed a big old can of gasoline and began dumping it on that blaze. Too weak to stand up to the mob, too weak to stand up to the narrative of the day. Everything we don't need and can't afford. No thanks.